Hey everybody, welcome to Wicked Horror Reviews. My name's Kevin.
I'm Mr. Tony of the Dead.
And this time, we're talking about a movie that I had seen at a convention a couple months ago, and I could not wait for Tony to see this because it was totally in his wheelhouse. I was like, oh, I can't wait. Please, please, please come out. And it finally came out. And that is Dead Snoe 2, Red versus Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And you hadn't seen the first one, right?
No. Maybe like the first 5 minutes, and at the time I just didn't feel like reading the movie.
Yeah. The first
I have
one's on
nothing
Netflix.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, but I just wasn't in the mood.
Yeah, you got to be in the mood to read subtitles. But
Yeah.
the first one, I hadn't seen the first one either when I saw this at Rock and Shock this past season, Halloween season. And one of the main reasons I wanted to go to this because we got it for free. Me and Leo checked it out, and it was also introduced and hosted by Derek Mears, who's in the movie. He's not in it very long, but he's still in it, and his character's pretty cool. Did you know that he was in it?
No, I didn't know
Okay,
that.
I'll let you know who he is when we get to that point. So this is a direct continuation of the first movie, which is pretty great. It literally picks up on the last scene of the first movie. So basically, and they give you a rundown of what happened in the first movie at the beginning of this as well. So you don't technically need to see the first one. The first one is really good though. This is better. Have you ended up watching the first one yet?
No, but after seeing this, I want to watch the first
The
one.
first one is really good. A lot of really cool kills and stuff like that. But this one had a different. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was better. Basically, what happens in the first one, they explain in the beginning, is this group of skiers or whatever are staying in a cabin out in the woods, and they come across some Nazi gold, and that awakens these Nazi zombies, and that basically they have to they're trying to figure out like why these zombies are attacking the cabin. And then they get the gold back, whatever, and they think everything's good, but all these people end up getting killed in the movie. And at the end of the movie, you see the main character. Let me see if I can find his name. Martin. You see Martin get into a car, and he's trying to take off because he just gave the gold to the zombies, and he thinks everything's cool. But then he goes to start his car, and he looks down, and there's one gold piece on the floor of his car. So next thing you know, the main zombie, was it Herzog?
Yeah,
Smashing open his window and trying to pull him out of the car, and his car is getting attacked by all these zombies, and he ends up being able to start the car, which that whole scene was pretty awesome. When he starts the car, and you think he's going to shift the car, and he's actually going to turn off the radio because the song's like pretty bad.
Yeah.
That was great. So, in the first movie, Martin ends up having to cut his own arm off. So he's got one arm, and he's trying to take off, and the Herzog is trying to pull him out of the car, and he ends up losing his arm. And through these chain of events, he wakes up, and Herzog's arm is now attached to Martin.
Yeah.
So he's got the zombie arm on him, which is like a little more jacked than him, so it looks kind of funny. And basically, I think you explained it before. They're on the Nazi zombies are now on a mission that they had prior before they were killed.
Yeah, mission from Hitler.
Yeah. So now they're, running around causing a muck again, and Martin's looking for help to try to stop these zombies from destroying basically this whole area. So he calls in a group of Nazi hunters, of zombie hunters, with Martin Starr is in that group, which I think he's the only American actor really that's in it.
I forgot he was in this.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I was thinking it was another character, but I forgot that he was in it. And then when I saw that it was him, I was like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah.
I like Martin Starr.
Yeah. He was great in it too. Like I thought he was hilarious.
Yeah.
So the one thing we find out during this movie is that the Nazi zombies have the power to bring people back from the dead and create another like army of zombies. So they're bringing these people back, but because Martin has Herzog's arm, he also has that power. So it's a war, zombie on zombie. So the main guy that he brings back to life with the beard,
is that Derek?
That's Derek Mears.
That's who I was gonna guess and say, because I can't think of anybody else who was probably that tall.
Yeah. But it's a really fun movie. Really cool practical effects.
Oh hell yeah!
There's some like like I remember watching it and I was just like, that is so freaking cool. Even not a gore effect, but when Martin and Herzog are fighting in that house and he punches him and he goes through the ceiling and comes right down
And comes down the stairs.
That was the coolest freaking
That
thing.
was awesome.
It was
I
so
know.
good.
Right when I saw that part, I said to Shayna, "Did you see that?" She's like, "No." I was like, "He punched him upstairs." And it just, wow, that was cool. It's like you never see that.
Yeah, and
That
it's
really
pretty.
neat.
It's the violence is very violent, but it's mixed in with humor, kind of like on the vein of like Shaun of the Dead,
Yeah.
and you know, like little tongue in cheek little comments and stuff like that. It's really good. And then one thing you pointed out before too is you never see kids get killed in a movie,
No, it's a rarity.
and kids got killed
When
in
you-
this movie. They didn't
Yeah, when
show
you
it.
see it, you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, like that kid. I can't help it. Like I still laugh at him. He's like, look, a tank.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's almost like
fucking
that Austin
move.
Powers thing where he's just like screaming at the steamroller, you know.
steamroller, yeah.
But it's a really good. It's really funny, and there's like some recurring, you know, people. There's this one character who dies a lot in the movie, keeps
Yeah.
bringing, and it's great. Like I don't know, I can't recommend it enough. It's really really funny. And then one thing, if this does ever come out on Netflix, I'm sure it will. It may only be with the subtitles, but if you were to buy the Blu Ray, or the DVD, I'm assuming it has both the American and the Norwegian tracks, and it's not overdubbed. They actually refilmed every scene in English as well. Because when I saw it at Rock and Shock, it was all in English, and that's the one you saw too. So, but
That's pretty crazy that they
Yeah.
would take the time to do that.
it was awesome. So,
Yeah.
all right. So
Makes
now
you
here's
want to go back and watch the Norwegian one with subtitles,
Yeah,
seeing
if
what
it's
is the little different.
yeah. But this I don't know. I can't even every time like even just thinking about it is like scenes I just want to bring up, but I'm just like just watch it. I don't want to give everything away.
Well, the only scene I want to bring up that I thought was awesome was, and I mentioned it before, was when he took the two zombies' guts and threw up on the power line. They got
Oh yeah,
electrocuted.
yeah. Oh no,
That was awesome.
and out of all of the things, and I brought this up last time, we tried to record this prior, and we were having technical problems, so it's a couple days later.
Yeah.
But there was only one scene in the movie that I thought didn't really belong,
Mm.
just because it was a little overly wacky. But I mean, it's quick, so it doesn't really matter that much. But I don't know. If you've seen it, maybe if you can think of a scene that didn't belong, maybe leave it in the comments below, and I'll let you know if you're right. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
So now here's the tough part. We have to come up with a rating for it.
Well, I don't remember what we gave it last time.
And we didn't get that far.
I know. Actually, yeah, that's right. We didn't get
Yeah.
that far. But you're going first.
Oh Jesus. It's a tough one. I can see myself watching this over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have watched it over and over again. I've probably seen it 3 times now.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to say 9.5.
9.5. Wow. I thought you were going to say like 8.
No, it's
I
got
was-
really good rewatchability,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
just
yeah.
that scene alone, getting punched up into the ceiling and then down through the stairs,
Yeah.
just that alone, and the guy reading the paper and he sees a girl with a bikini on, and he's just like, you know, you're gonna have to take your teeth out tonight. I want a little, you know, whatever, and then that whole thing,
Yeah.
and this is how brutal that is.
Oh, that whole brutal. That's the movie's so brutal but funny and just
Like,
great. And like
that
the
scene where there
CGI
was-
blood at times too, but like it's not bad.
Yeah, when
I
there was
always say that like it's not bad CGI.
the older woman in the bathtub and the husband was on the toilet
Yeah.
in the same
that's
room.
How
with-
marriage. That's how some married couples
Not mine.
are. I know. That's why I said some.
All right, so now
But-
you got to come up with a rating.
I was gonna go with a 9. Definitely a 9.
This is something
aw-
that it's available to buy, obviously, and I would recommend it definitely. I know there's a couple of people that Brian Gatto, he was just watching. He said it was his favorite movie of the year.
Hmm.
So that's that. So
That's that.
yeah. So where can they find you, Tony?
You can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Mr. Tony of the Dead, Facebook, Tony of the Dead's Movie Reviews, on Twitter and Instagram, Tony of the Dead, and Blogger, LiveJournal, Reddit, a lot of other junk. Look up Mr. Tony of the Dead on those.
Okay. You can find me
And the Dorkening.
Yeah. You could find me on youtube.com/aknuckle, as well as on Instagram, Vine, and Twitter. And you can also find me on the Dorkening, and you can find us both there, obviously. You can find us on thedorkening.com. the Dorkening on iTunes, and wherever else Leopond is attached to, I guess. But I guess that's it, and we will see you guys next time. Please subscribe. If you just stumbled across this video, please subscribe down below. This is a new channel for me and Tony. We both have our own subscribers, but we're trying to start a new one just for this. So, so that's that. And we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Goodbye.